Hey everybody, long time no see, I'll say. You guys are probably wondering what's been going on with me, why I haven't been posting videos in the past 2 months. And some of you are probably like, have no idea why I haven't been active in the past 2 months. Some of you probably know because if you follow me on Instagram, I posted about what's been going on with me lately, or on my YouTube channel, if you see the little tab that says community, I post like some updates and, information of what's going on with me. So today I just want to give you guys information, updates, and explain to you why you haven't seen me in the past 2 months. So in the beginning of December, I was going to be on vacation with my parents in Mexico on the 7th, be gone for 2 weeks. So I was thinking before leaving for Mexico, planning to do some reaction videos, and while I'm in Mexico, edit them and post them. So that was the plan, and unfortunately, beginning of December, the first week, I caught a really, really bad cold. And so did my mom. My mom and I, we really got sick, and it was really, really bad to the point that I really couldn't, I was kind of like sitting on the couch for a long time or in my bed for a long time. And I was taking so many different medicines, different cough syrups. I was coughing really, really bad, and, blowing my nose constantly, and I was also having a bad earache. I haven't had an earache in a very long time. So that was another bad thing. And I called off work so many times, and it was probably one of the worst colds I've ever had in a very long time. And it was so bad to the point that my mom and I were worried that we probably had COVID. So we went to the grocery store to buy those like little home kit COVID tests, and fortunately, we don't have COVID, so it came back negative, so good thing that wasn't the case. But we were still sick, and it was really close to leaving for Mexico. My mom was feeling a lot better, I was feeling a little better, but I still was coughing a lot, so I had to suffer like going to the airport to not, cough as much, or to bring out suspicious, people thinking, oh my god, I have COVID because I'm coughing a lot. But luckily that wasn't the case, so we went to the airport and came to Mexico. No bad things happening, or no like unfortunate events going on, so that was a good thing. And the first 2-3 days, I was mostly staying in the resort that we were staying in and just sleeping most of the day, and I felt a lot better. It took me 2-3 days to get better. So that was the thing. And unfortunately, since I couldn't do any reaction videos before I left for Mexico, I really couldn't post anything. So that was kind of the downfall of it, is that you guys were probably waiting for 2 weeks, 3 weeks of like, where is she? Where's Internet Zing? Where's other reaction videos? And fortunately, I was only able to post the What If episode 6 or 7, I believe. I don't know. But that was like the only video I can post. And when I got back from Mexico, work was really, really busy. It was just crazy, since I work in a movie theater, and I came back the day when Spider-Man No Way Home came out. It was just really, really crazy to the point that I couldn't get a break. I couldn't really do much. I didn't have enough time to do reaction videos. I was working like 6 days in a row, and it was like around 7, 8, sometimes 9 hours, and it was just really, really busy, and I was so exhausted. When that time was going by, Christmas, all of that, the holidays were finally over. Things were slowly going back to normal, and my work schedule was getting a little short since I didn't have to work as much and it wasn't as busy. And I was so excited for this new year to come. I made a list of like goals that I wanted to achieve this year, do more reaction videos, do more creative stuff for my YouTube channel, maybe do some merchandise ideas, I don't know, and get my channel monetized since I passed 1,000 subscribers. And getting back to acting, maybe going to an acting school or doing some acting classes, and maybe get an apartment, living on my own and, living in a independent life. But then unfortunately, another thing happened that also kind of took a turn for the worse. On January 3rd, my dog had a seizure. Her name is Bella, and she's 13 years old. And that day, my parents noticed that her behavior was very weird. She has dementia, so she had a very hard time, like, remembering, things, or, like, where her food was, her water, and, like, how she communicated with us to let us know, like, she's hungry or she needed to go outside to use the restroom. And that night, when I went downstairs to get a drink or something, my mom said, "Oh, Bella made an accident. She pooped on the floor." And I was like, "She did?" And it's not normal because my dog is very perfectly trained, potty trained, and she hasn't made an accident since she was like a little puppy. So we thought that was very weird. Probably like an hour, 2 hours later, I hear my dad screaming my name, calling my name, and then I hear my mom calling my name. So I was thinking like they want me to come downstairs because they want to show something to me that was on TV, because that was mostly the case. But then as soon as I went downstairs, I heard my mom, crying, like, really, really bad. Like, it was that type of cry of being terrified, like, it was a really bad cry for help. And I was like, "What happened?" And my mom said, "Bella's having a seizure." And oh my God, it was like the most terrifying thing I've ever seen, especially for my dog. I'd never seen my dog like this. My mom was holding my dog, and my dog was like this. She was like, her paws were out, she was stiff, she was shaking, foam was coming out of her mouth, and we were like, "What the hell? What's happening? Why is she having a seizure?" And the worst thing was, like, after her seizure was done, she defecated on the floor, which was really, really nasty. We were just so, like, dramatic, but also a way of, like, we didn't know if this was a life or death situation. And it was late to the point that all the vets close by were closed, so the only one that was, like, open for 24 hours was like 30 minutes away. When we took her to the vet that night, luckily she was getting back to normal. Her seizure was done. The vet said that there was really nothing they could do at the time, but all of her vitals, her, things of her body or something is normal. And so we're like, okay. So my mom immediately set a vet appointment. And her vet appointment was in the next 2-3 days. And then the day that her vet appointment was, it was like her vet appointment was like, 10 o'clock in the morning or something. But at 9 o'clock, she had another seizure. And I saw the whole thing. So I had to call my manager and say, "Just to let you know, I'm going to be late for work because I have to take my dog to the vet. It's an emergency situation." And my manager said, "There's no problem. Take all the time you need." When we went to the vet said that this is normal for dogs, for older dogs, when they have seizures. And plus, another thing with my dog, with not only that she has seizures, but she's also been diagnosed with Cushing's disease, which affects, like, her glands and, like, her liver, her body, and all of that. So adding that to with the seizure, she was really, really sick. But luckily they said that they have medicine for her that will help reduce the seizures and, help out her with her Cushing's disease and all that. They even said with this medicine that it will take about a month to kick in to my dog's system to finally, recover. The first few weeks when my dog was on that medication, it was very rough because we felt like it didn't do anything. The medication wasn't working. She wasn't getting any better. She was still making accidents. She was crying constantly, like to the point that it was just so heartbreaking for us to hear, and that we just didn't know if this was a case of like, is she in pain, or is she just very hungry, or she needs to go to the bathroom. And she just did not know how to communicate with us. So it felt like taking care of a baby. Like, we just had no idea what was going on with her head and what she was trying to tell us. Her breathing was funny, you know, her snoring was funny. You know, she was kind of like doing things that just did not sound right. And it was a case of like, for me, I lost so much sleep because I would mostly cry myself to sleep at night. And I was so scared to sleep because if I don't hear my dog snore, I just automatically think, oh my God, she's dead. Or if she's snoring funny or making a sound that does not sound right, it mostly sounds like, oh my God, she's not breathing, or she's suffocating, she's having a seizure. So those days have cost me so much to like lose so much sleep that it was just really bad. I was so emotionally, mentally exhausted that I couldn't really like interact with my parents, or I couldn't really go out to hang out with my friends or something, because I was just so emotionally, you know, not there. And my depression level was incredibly high. And also that I didn't feel good about doing reaction videos, because I really couldn't hold my emotions, because I would cry every night, every morning, because I was always thinking, is my dog gonna make it? How long do I have my dog? Is this gonna be the day that my dog is gone or something? And I didn't want you guys to see me so emotional and so like depressing, that my reaction video is supposed to entertain you, to make you laugh, to make you, you know, have a good time. So I just didn't feel prepared to do the reaction videos. And that work was really tough for me, because I couldn't really, you know, talk with my employees, with my managers, or interact with customers, because I was just so emotionally, you know, really bad, to the point that I couldn't hold my emotions. You know, I completely lost it because I just couldn't stop thinking about my dog. My mom, you know, her and I had a discussion of like, this happens, you know, the day might come soon. We just have to be prepared for it, and, you know, just remember that she had a great life. She was loved, and just think of the positive stuff about her. But luckily, someday, last week, I believe, or maybe 2 weeks ago, I don't know, my mom has updated me that my dog is getting a whole lot better, that she is no longer like panting as much, since that's part of Cushing's disease, is that she pants a lot, but she doesn't pant a lot. She's sleeping most of the time, she's not crying as much, and she's no longer making accidents, which that was a great thing. And she hasn't had a seizure since the last time, which was like 3 weeks ago. She has her way of communicating with us, you know. When she cries for a certain amount of time, that usually means that she needs to use the restroom. So she has her way of communicating with us, which is very nice. Even though she's been hungry a lot, we've been able to like feed her some like apples, some carrots, sometimes chicken, you know, instead of just giving her treats and dog food. We're like, you know what, we don't want to fatten her up. Let's just give her some healthy, you know, apples and carrots. And it's helped a lot. And she's also like walking a whole lot better. She's sleeping a lot better. Her, you know, the way she snores sounds a whole lot better. And that she's wagging her tail a lot. She has her ears, you know, up most of the time, so she's mostly been very happy. As far as we know, we don't really see a lot of signs of like she's suffering or she's in pain. She's mostly been a very happy dog. So luckily we're mostly having good days than bad days. That's given me a whole lot of relief, and emotionally and mentally, you know, has really given me so much relief to the point like, okay, it's okay. It's great to see her, you know, slowly recovering back to normal. Even though she's not well, she's still a lot better than she was back then. And hopefully that, like, you know, we have more time with her, that, you know, I'd be able to, like, take her for more walks or spend time with her or give her baths, which is one of my favorite things to do. And also with me giving more time for me to be mentally prepared when that day comes. So luckily my dog is going a whole lot better now. So since the past 2 months have been very, very bad, and you know, the beginning of this year so far was really, really rough. So, but luckily it's finally over. You know, things are going back to normal. You know, my dog is doing a lot better. My depression level is not as bad as it was, and I'm now like focusing more on myself, my, you know, self-care, and also trying to get back to doing reaction videos, which I miss so much. You know, it makes me feel a whole lot better when I do reaction videos, and when I read comments of people like saying how funny I am or how beautiful I am or how much they love my reaction, I really appreciate it. It always makes my day. So, but yeah, I hope you guys understand, you know, what's been going on with me, and knowing, you know, what the case is. But just to let you know, like, you know, starting tomorrow, I'm getting back to doing reaction videos, and I'm going to do as many as I can. But yeah, that's all I want to tell you guys. So I wish you guys well, and I'll see you on the next reaction video. Okay? Take care.